Hey guys, it's Ryan and Haley here doing our Small Business Spotlight, and today we are honored to feature Luke Jensen with the Heroic Father Coaching Platform. What's up, Luke? How
What's
are you,
up, brother? How you doing? Thank you so much for having me. Haley, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining. We're super excited to have you here today because, this is a huge niche, especially in our industry with fathers, people trying to run businesses and what they do, and it's trying to put on so many different hats at one time. So we're super excited to have you here. So thank you.
I feel blessed. No, thank you guys so much for having me. And what we were just highlighting right now was like what we call the fatherpreneur roller coaster, right? I think we all kind of go through it, but the idea is that like every father has a sense of responsibility and urgency in life. And sometimes if you're just running a business, fine. Just running a business and you have kids, a little bit crazier. Running a business, you have a wife and you have all these outside, different things pulling you different ways, distractions, but also something that's like you're responsible for and you love and you want to dedicate your life to. It's a roller coaster at times.
I tell you.
Oh yeah, don't we know being in sales is such a an emotional roller coaster. Yeah, and so that's awesome. You have this special niche that you found to really help fathers, dads that run businesses, companies that have families. And how did you find yourself in this niche of fatherpreneurship? Like, how did you find yourself to really want to help fathers out?
Well, a couple of stacking, experiences and moments in my life. The first one being my father passed away. So my father passed away when I was young. I was 23 years old, and then I watched him he had cancer for like 10 years before he passed, right? So just watching that experience where he had kids, he wanted to be able to be present and engage with his kids, but he couldn't because he was sick for a long period of time. So that always stuck with me. And then I became a father myself, and then I started coaching. I was a fitness trainer for a long time, and I started coaching, peak performance coaching kind of style. And I just saw common threads with, challenges, but also the joy of being a father, joy of being an entrepreneur, that I was going through the same thing, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm a little selfish. I want to coach people who are exactly like myself so I can also evolve and get better as well, right? So that's kind of where it started, is just that idea of, you know what? It's easier to coach like-minded people who are on the same path you are. So why not just start experimenting with that.
Well, and then you get autobiographical experience that you can bring to bear on your pupils or your coaching students, etc. And I mean, I know that I have 4 kids at home, and I've been on that roller coaster you're talking about, and people think that like life is a freeway, right? You think if one lane is solid and you're going 80 miles an hour, but if there's a wreck in lane 2, like finances or physical or spiritual, then all the lanes are stopped to a halt, right? So that's kind of like you have to focus on a little bit of balance in all the lanes of life, on the freeway of life, as it were. How do you help your clients do that?
Yeah, well, we call it integration, right? So everyone that I coach, they're at a different season of their life, right? So what I do is I coach mastermind groups, right? So we have someone who's, at your season of life, they're doing great when it comes to their business. They have kids, things are going well. And then we have a brand new father who's like trying to figure things out, right? The idea is that we all have common threads, and same time, someone like Ryan can help out someone like John who's just starting out, right? And then what we do is we focus on one pillar. So what I call it the Fatherpreneur Core 7. We have core pillars that are the most meaningful in a father's life. When one's kind of messed up, it bleeds over, right? Like marriage, man, my marriage isn't where I want it to be or where I thought it should be. It's kind of bleeding over to my business.
Yeah, you can't have your A game in one if the other's falling apart.
So that's why we focus on one for a 7-week time period, right? And then we really dive deep. We have outside experts come, they speak. Someone like yourself would come and speak about your experience with, not just dealing, but actually thriving in this aspect of life.
I like that.
And we just get the wisdom and experience from someone else, right? Decades in the days. We really understand, I have a level of understanding now that I'm not alone, right? I don't have to isolate. People went through what I'm going through right now, but there's also another side to that.
Well, when you hear your story and the story of another, it gives you hope.
Oh, without a doubt.
The first thing you say is, oh my God, I'm not the only one that's going through this.
Right? Well, and I mean, men, they have no issue on saying that they need help, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
They have no problem on
We're so eager to talk about emotions.
We always need it, right?
Yeah, it's funny. That's the biggest challenge we have, right? Within every person, but every man, we have 2 people that live within us. I call it a beast and a hero. right? And it all lives between two different cycles. The beast runs off ego, story, attachment, and then ultimately leads you to isolation, right? A big part of why we don't express ourselves or like, hey man, I want to level up, but I just don't know how to actually open up to do that, is because we have an ego, right? And we want to remain strong, but we think that remaining strong is kind of like just boxing yourself off and isolating. When that's gonna keep you from building strength.
Yeah.
Exactly,
you don't
right?
want to be vulnerable.
So true.
Yeah.
It's like failure is a prerequisite to success. Vulnerability and weakness is a prerequisite to strength. And confidence.
Yeah. If you go to the gym, you lift 5-pound weights, and you're doing that every single day for a whole year, did you get stronger? Absolutely not.
No.
Right? It's like you're actively doing something, but it wasn't helping you progress.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's just what we're doing.
Stuff, man.
Yeah. I mean.
Well, how do we find you for all the fathers listening and in the audience, if they need some help, if there's something you said resonates, if they have lane 2, 3, and 4 that are smooth, but 1 and 5 are just out of control.
Out of control, absolutely.
How do we find you on the internet, or how do we get a hold of you?
Yeah, so theheroicfather.com, that's my website, and you can you'll see like the core pillars that we coach and cover. And then also I'm on social media platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, The Heroic Father, the Facebook group page, all that social media stuff, social media presence.
Just slide into the DM.
Exactly, and that's me. It's me that's answering. I don't have any automation because I want to connect with the Father and actually have a conversation. So yeah.
I'm fortunate enough to be in a networking group with him and BNI, and so I see him every Thursday. So anywhere you can find Haley or Ryan, you can also find Luke. But we're pumped to have you, man. From one dad to another, it's awesome to see you out there helping other dads. I mean, it's easy to get lost when you're trying to be dad of the year, entrepreneur of the year, fitness model of the year. It's like at some point, it's like, I can't do all of these things, and you just start dropping balls, you know? So it's good to know that there's a force for good out there helping dads figure it out.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, guys.
All right. Until next time.
I'm Haley.
I'm Ryan.
Bye, guys.
Bye.